famous Notch Point. Heard very mixed reviews how we're going to go get in here because we are so big, and we've got Carl behind us with his MPS and his 21 foot van, roughly 20 foot, 21 foot, something like that. So yeah, we're both pretty big when it comes to vehicle size. We're both pushing the 17-18 meters and long articulation and whatnot. So this could be a mission, couldn't be a mission, we don't know. I hope it's easy. The weather's looking pretty good. I think there's a little bit of wind, so we might camp on the main beach side because apparently it's out of the direction of the wind currently. And yeah, well, so next you'll probably see us trying to navigate through out to Notch Point. Let's have some fun. Let's make Alana run in front of the car and record it.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. So we just did an overnight stay at the Barra Crab, had dinner there, which was really nice. And we met a lovely couple. And so like, you always tend to stay next to the keep right.
Yeah.
Must be the right road, okay.
That's it.
It even says private property to the
It
right.
even says private property.
Private property across. That's more obvious than we like.
Oh, the royal one.
Yeah. So like, we tried to take like a shortcut through the back so we didn't have to go all the way out to Rocky from Dingo, and we ended up on someone else's property, and it said, yeah, don't trust. You trusted Google and ignored the signs or something rather. Anyway, so that was a 3-hour detour, but we got there in the end. I'll take you with me actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, long story short, we met a wonderful couple and their kids, and of course we were only there for one night.
It's always the way. Whenever we're
always the
leaving,
way.
we meet the best people.
Yeah. So hopefully we catch them on the way up because they're heading north. So anyway, I'll show you the gate. Anyone would have thought that was a Rubik's Cube. It took me that long to work it out.
Hello.
Hello. Actually, you would have just seen all the dust on the back of the van. It's funny because there was a couple at the Barra Crab, not the couple that we were talking about before, and another nice couple, and they asked us if we'd just come back from the Cape. It's like,
nope,
no, we
just took a track.
Yeah, we were just in the middle of nowhere.
We took a short track, a shortcut. It wasn't a shortcut.
Attempted to, yeah. we actually took that shortcut so that we wouldn't have to go through Rocky, which the initial plan was to go through Rocky, so we would go there, do some shopping. Carl wanted to go to a camping store, and we were just going to get some bits and pieces. And then after all that, we were like, we could have gone to Rocky, shopped there for
3 hours.
3 hours. Oh, probably not that long, but yeah, a few hours, and then gone to the Barra Crab because we didn't get there till like 5 p.m.
And used half the fuel.
And used, yeah. We did use a lot of fuel. Anyway, it was nice to see the countryside. We did get some shots, so I'm sure you'll see it on here anyways. I'll show you what we're looking at.
As long as you know your widths and everything, you should be right. And you're a little bit experienced in turning and whatnot. Worst comes to worst, get a spotter out there. Yeah, like we're at the bigger end of the scale, with the Ram being about nearly 7 meters long from tip to tip with the spare tires and everything, and then the van being, I think it's just under 10 meters, so we're around the 17 meter mark in length. And we're okay. Like, we've got some pinstripes on the van and a little bit on the truck, but that's totally fine. That's what it's That's what we expect.
That's what we got an off-road van for as well.
Track like today just really proves that getting the Cruisemaster ATX suspension with airbags is so worth it. Like, we went for a halt before and I was a bit worried that the van was going to get on an angle because the Ram got on a bit of an angle. And Alana was like, what'd you say?
Oh, if you'd watched the top of the van, you wouldn't even know what was going on the bottom. Like,
Yeah.
it literally barely even moved.
We arrive at Notch Point, and for those who don't know where it is, it's a free camp located 90 kilometres south of Mackay in Queensland. And after scouring through reviews on Wikicamps and Campedia, we decided that we'd take our vans in. It is notorious for its tight tracks, but the reviews online look like it was well worth it, and we absolutely think it is. We're still travelling with Carl, who is travelling in his Isuzu NPS and 20-foot van, and if you haven't seen us before, we're travelling in our Ram 3500 and 23-foot van. It is a tight drive-in with lots of low-hanging branches, and Tyson will show you later on in the video what the tracks in the park look like. Hopefully this will help you decide whether this is somewhere you'd like to bring your setup, whatever it may be, to this beautiful location. Some important notes we'd like to add are taking it slow and knowing exactly where your wheels are and the parameters of your vehicle. You're also guaranteed to have pinstripes. There are lots of muddy puddles, and there's a section in here that's tidal, but it didn't seem to get too deep even on the high tide. There's lots of wide junctions and multiple routes, so there's lots of different options to suit whatever you may or may not be comfortable with. It also gives other vehicles a chance to get around you. So if you just continue on watching, we'll show you what the track-in looks like and show you what the area looks like.
happening. So, just like that, we're set up on the side of the hill here, Notch Point. Look at that view. And this is a free camp. Like, how good is that? No one around us other than Carl. That's our friend just down there. No one. We've got the whole side of the cliff to ourselves. And we've got 7 free nights of this. So, no need to say. There's going to be some fishing, some crabbing, and some chilling and beer drinking. Anyway, we'll show you what we get up to while we're here, but I'll leave you with the view. Yo everyone, so we had a little mishap. As you may know, we are making kombucha while we're on the road because we love the stuff.
Well, attempting to.
Yeah, attempting to. Anyway, we had one explode. So we had 4 of these bad boys here, which probably shouldn't be out in the sun right now, but oh well, we've got to clean them. But we had our little kit in the Navigator bin bag there, inside the Navigator wine glass buddy, I think it is. And one exploded yesterday because we forgot to burp it. Well, not forgot, but didn't burp it in time. And we're on the corrugations.
So when we say in time, like it was a few hours.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we pulled up and you have to do it immediately, just in case you're thinking about doing it.
Yeah, like yeah, we had it closed from we closed at what, 8:39 in the morning, I think. And then we were on some hard roads, like some hard corrugations, off-roading, up and down hills, you name it. It was pretty decent. Like it wasn't the Gibb River Road, but it was pretty hard. Anyway, so yeah, we worked out the hard way that yeah, you need to burp them once they've gone past the fermentation, the first stage, and you've actually poured it into bottles and you put your flavouring and everything in it. Yeah, you definitely need to burp it. And I reckon next time if we're on a decent road and we're at that same process, I reckon halfway through the day we'll probably stop and burp it, because if not, it ends up like this, cleaning your bags, passion fruit seeds everywhere. And
it looks pretty gross actually.
Yeah, it does at this point. Almost looks like it's making its own little SCOBY in there with the passion fruit. But I could only imagine like that there would taste so good right now. I'd love to drink it, but
it's not ready.
It's got about 4 days left and then I can drink it. On another note, we went up over the big hill. That track is pretty hectic now. Like yeah, we'll see if we can see it from the other side of the van. About 3/4 of the way up there, there's some big wombat holes. Like there's another track around the front of the cliff face. We'll take you for a walk later, and then we'll fast forward it for everyone so you don't have to watch us walking, because it's a decent walk. But you've got these tracks up here, and you've got the one over there to the left. It's got some mad wombat holes. Then you got one here that goes to the right, and then it goes up and meets. Yeah, there's some decent holes and a lot of rocks, but then this hard right goes right around the cliff face and everything like that. I'd say that's probably the safest one these days if you're taking a van around. Mind you, we didn't drive the whole thing around the front, like the one around the cliff face front. We drove the other ones, got on some pretty gnarly angles and wheel lifts and everything in the big old beast there. So that was good fun, but there's some big vans around there and some big trucks. They must have gone around this front. Like around there at the moment, there's probably 2 dual cab 79s with 20-foot vans. There's a MPS with at least 22-foot van, and then there's some big like man truck or something around there with a 23-foot bush tracker. So you can definitely get around this front face here, but yeah, it should be an interesting ride, that's for sure. Anyway, we'll go back to cleaning the kombucha, and hopefully next time I see you, either I've got a fire and I'm drinking beer, or I'm down there having a fish. One of the two. So day 1 of Notch Point is done. Check out that for a sunset. That is awesome. So, but this is us. We've got the van, ram, the van, and then fire for the night. Staring at that. I just can't get over that. The GoPro won't give it justice. Just the pink, orange, and yeah. Went down for an afternoon flick. was unsuccessful. Had a couple of fish come up and whatnot. Don't know what it was. Didn't look like anything good. It is getting a bit cold for the Barra, so don't know if we'll get any while here. However, boat should come off tomorrow. Be good if we can go get some live bait or something like that, because usually once they get a bit colder, the baits usually work a bit better. But yeah, other than that, first day, got a mint spot, mint fire, awesome sunrise. About to cook some steaks and some veggies for dinner, and might even chuck some the good old potatoes in the alfoil and put them in the fire. And yeah, but other than that, we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully get out there and get some fish. Good evening, everyone. This is day 2 of Notch Point. We had a chilled out day. Pretty much did nothing. As you can see, the ornament, as Alana calls it, is still on the roof of the Ram. However, she's down there. However, it was actually a really good day. We just chilled out. Went for a couple of walks, threw a couple of lures around, through the cast net a couple of times. We just came back from fishing just then. Just picked the afternoon low tide down there, and we're throwing some lures around, some baits around. Wasn't any good for not just us but everyone fishing. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Got some fish earlier in the cast net, but hey, that's cheating in a way. So now it's just going to be a good old night around the fire, which we've just kicked off, and I think we're having a buffalo chicken chook. Not gonna lie, it's from Audi. I'm no Harry or anything like that from Fire to Fork. It's going to be a Audi chook, and yeah, because we didn't catch any fish. So it's going to be an Audi chook, and it's going on the Weber, not on the fire. The fire is for warmth tonight. Speaking of fire and cooking though, I want a good fry pan to chuck on the fire to do like bacon, eggs, all those kinds of things. Even like, yeah, just a decent fry pan that's not too heavy. So I don't want a cast iron one, but I want something that can go on the fire. Be awesome if it had a folding handle or something like that. But yeah, if you got something in mind that you use or you've seen or anything like that, just chuck it down in the comments there on this video. Aluminium shield here. It is mint. We love Oz Barrier. He's on Instagram. I think he has a website you can purchase them. However, this thing holds in the heat. So, hey everyone. So we've had a bit of a change in the weather, which yeah, you get that. Wind's blown up. We're still up there on the hill, but we might be moving down. Carl's just here. It's a lot nicer down here. Don't get me wrong, up on the hill's nice, with a nice view and everything. However, the whole van's rocking from the gusts of wind and whatnot. However, I thought I might take this chance to take you for a little walk around. So down here we have the boat Ram. We've got the danger for croc sign. Not 100% around this, other than Neville John was taken, I think it was 9 years ago. When was that? 2014. There was another guy here the other day anyway, and he told me a story, so this might not be 100% true, but this is what he told me, that person was taken. However, there was no 100% actual croc sighting. However, now there's a danger croc sign. That story may be incorrect, so don't hold me to that, but that's just what I've been told. So yeah, but down here, yeah, you got some tree camping here. Over the other side of that, you can see boats and a couple other campers. That's where people are, which we're thinking about moving down to. Off to the left here, you've got the track, one of the tracks that goes over to the other side. So over here we have the harder track, which goes up and over, splits into two, a couple of wombat holes, and then as you go down the other side, it's pretty steep, it's pretty hairy. I wouldn't be taking any trailers that way. And then of course you got around the front of the cliff, of the hill, I suppose you'd call it. Yeah, it's a pretty steep gradient off camp. Like, yeah, I don't know if I'd take a caravan around there. I don't even know if I'd take the Ram around there with how top heavy it is. I saw one of those, might have even been one of those Savage vans, but like one of those big off-road Mercedes Sprinters, fully decked out, lifted wheels and everything, go around there yesterday, and they went pretty slow, and they were on a pretty hectic lean. So yeah, I don't know. I've driven that way and I've come back that way. That way's pretty all right. Yeah, it's just one of those hard things of how you want to take your van and or whatever you're towing around there. So this is the boat ramp. She's yeah, she's pretty holy. She's definitely a four-wheel drive boat ramp, especially if you want to take it smooth, because you don't want your boat to bounce off your trailer or whatnot. There's a guy down there fishing. This is the little bay that's on the inside. So this is the inside edge of Notch Point camping. You've got the outside, so the inside here with the inlet into the river, and then this is like a little, I don't know, a little bay, I suppose. At dead low, this thing's bone dry, and at high tide, the water fills the whole thing. Like where I'm standing right now would probably be waist deep water when it's a big high. I think the tide's going out at the moment, so I might even go get my gear like old mate down there and go throw some lures around. But yeah, all over there, all the way around this edge is all camping, which I'm considering. I'm going for a walk now to find a new spot, I think, because it's just too windy. You can probably hear it on the camera, and it's just like we're sitting up there in the van. Carl's a bit sick at the moment. He managed to pick up a flu, we think, either from our last place or the place before. So he's been chilling out in the van for the last couple of days, and we're not going to leave him behind, and he doesn't really want to leave yet because he doesn't feel confident to drive out of here with the way he's feeling, which I don't blame him. He hasn't really left his bed. So we're thinking about moving down here into the trees to find a more comfortable spot for the next couple of days until Carl's feeling better. So at least down here we can get out of the van and, I don't know, get out and have a fire and do a little bit of fishing. We're up there and sit in the van, and lucky we've got Starlink so we can watch Netflix. It's been pretty boring. So anyway, I'm gonna go for a walk. I'll put the camera away because there's people camped down here and don't really want to show people that, yeah, don't necessarily want to be on here. So I'll see you soon. So down there, it's probably a bit windy at the moment, but down there is awesome. So if it's a southeaster, which is what it is now, inside the trees is awesome. However, this is the track, so you can kind of straddle this rut. It's about knee deep. The only problem is here it comes into two. Like, it's not that bad, it's just if you're towing. And then yeah, coming up the hill here, so you get a bit of a wide junction here, and you got rock, shaly and deep holes, or you've got that way, which once again goes in rock, shaly, but it also goes over across the front of the hill there, this first part. But then this is what you can't see until you get right up here, which camper, small van, small off-road van wouldn't be too bad. Don't know if I'd want to bring ours up here. There's a nice little camping spot though here. Seen a couple of troopies and that up here. That track there goes down and comes in the back way down there, meets up with that other one I was telling you about with the vans been coming. And then so we just came up there, this comes along here. It's one of those things that, yeah, you can probably do it pretty easy, like definitely with a car. I wouldn't see most four-wheel drive cars that get up here, especially if you put it in 4-low. It's just the I suppose the articulation when you got to do some of these turns, and then the angles you're going to put your trailer or van on. just down there, that's the track that comes around the front of the hill. You can see our Lotus down there, and yeah, it comes along the front there, meets up there. The biggest problem I find is this next part over here, which, to be honest, I probably won't walk down there. It's down there, just on the other side of that concrete slab. It's very steep and very rutted out. So, but people are down there, so you can definitely get down there with vans. That's just more showing you the track. So if you were to come here, you don't get caught out. However, these tracks will change due to people driving and weather. So I definitely recommend always walking up here if you're going to go over that side, if you're towing something that's quite large. Good afternoon, guys. So we're just getting ready to go down for our afternoon fish that has become our normal little thing down here at Notch Point. And at the same time, the good old visitors, the famous visitors of Notch Point, have decided to come around. Should be able to see it pretty clearly there, the good old cows. So they come through every afternoon around the same time and just walk through the camp and eat the grass and eat the plants, living their best life. Oh, there we go. There's actually a couple just here behind us that we didn't even see. So here's the van. And we've got cows. Didn't even hear these ones walk up behind us. Yeah. All up on the cliff face there, and yeah. But every afternoon they come around and yeah, they just wander through and eat some grass, eat some plants, and then wander back over to the private property over there. That's these old mates' cows. Anyway, we're going to head fishing, so hopefully we'll catch some fish today and show you. Alana caught 5 fish yesterday. She got a bream, flatty and 2 cod and one of those big green sea toads, which are disgusting. But Alana forgot to bring the GoPro down, of course. The one time we're catching fish, she forgets to bring the camera down.
I told you, because the GoPro is bad luck. If we don't bring the GoPro, then it's good.
Okay, well today we're going to bring it, and hopefully today we catch the bigger fish. Good morning. So we have woken up to possibly the worst day we've had here at Notch, and one of the worst days we've had travelling in a while. It's pretty bloody windy out there and looks like it's going to rain soon. So I've been sent out to get the coffee, as you can see, while someone just sits up there in the van. Apparently I've got to hurry up. She needs a morning coffee. Oh well, I guess it's going to be one of those days where we chill out, or we might go see how Carl is, we might move on, head up to Mackay or Serena. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Good afternoon, guys. So today's our last day here. We're going for a little walk around for the sunset. The weather's not too bad. Hopefully you can hear me all right. But from my walk the other day, this is that other track. So it comes down from there. That's where the track is with all those rutted holes, and comes to here. And then you got that one there and this one here. Like I said, all these tracks around here, there's always, at some point, there's 2 that go to 1, and then 1 go to 2, and then, yeah. Anyway, we're coming down here. So as you can see, it is a bit off camber in sections, especially that higher part. This ain't too bad. Comes down, gets a bit flat, and then yeah, but we'll walk you through it, because there's a lot of people coming here that haven't been here before, and a couple of people have come up here and gone to drive it and then get unstuck and whatnot. So hey, this might be good for you if you're thinking about coming here sometime to have a look at this and look at the cows, as Alana likes to show. All the cows. Every afternoon you can have a beer with a cow. So here's another part from where I was walking up the other day. So that up there where that cow is, if you can see it, that's where I was standing. And then you come down into all this. So you'd have to come down and go over to this side. As you can see, everyone has been. That used to be the old track right in the center there where that big hole is. And then you come around Don't worry, Alana will fast forward all this. So tonight we are having the trusty old spag bowl, nice easy dish. We had a little bit of a mishap in the van. We had one of our induction plates as it had gone into error mode. Of course, it's like that. However, luckily we have the good old trusty Kmart. So we got the Kmart induction cooker there in the van itself. In the canopy itself. We have the Cymarine system. You can see up there we have a 200 amp lithium Enerdrive battery in there and a inverter. So it's all well and good doing a power setup in the van. You need to make sure you have a little bit of a backup, or especially in our case because we've got only induction cooking. So our backup is this trusty little Kmart cooker. This thing is the bomb. We used it all for our renovations. When we had no kitchen at all, this thing was, it was a lifesaver. Used it on every camping trip since, and now it gets chucked in our canopy in this little bag here that we had custom made. We had this one custom made from PM Canvas. It's got a flap on the front, slide it in there, goes over, protects it when we're traveling. Hey, we've got the pass out here, meat inside, we're good to go.